Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, Warner Brothers Discovery wants you to pay more for Fubo, YouTube TV, and other similar live TV services, not just on streaming, but on cable TV. We'll tell you what's happening there. Fox names a new CEO for its new streaming service. Now, this will be a sports and news-focused streaming service. Think Fox Sports and Fox News. We'll break down what's happening over there. And Paramount lost a lot of money in the fourth quarter of 2024 on streaming, but there's some positive notes with it. This and Dish losing over 1 million TV subscribers last year are all coming up here in a quick second. We're going to break down everything happening in the world of cord cutting. If you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. With that said, let's dive into it. Warner Brothers Discovery had its earnings call yesterday, and in it, they talked about, we're now profitable on streaming and all kinds of stuff, but a few key things here. They talked about the continued decline of the pay TV industry, where we're seeing a growing number of people drop cable TV, satellite, and even streaming services in favor of cheaper on-demand ones. But they said what was most noticeable to them was the decline in people subscribing to, or the advertising revenue because of the decline in subscribers. That the decline in advertising revenue has far outpaced expectations, resulting in an overall drop of 4% in all their cable networks. Now, to offset this and offset future declines, Warner Brothers Discovery wants cable TV companies, streaming services like YouTube TV, Fubo, Hulu, etc., to pay more, which will ultimately force you to pay more because companies just pass on these fees. This is one of those tough balancing games, right? They want you to pay more at the same time as they don't want you to cancel. You charge too much, of course people are going to cancel and drive down the price there. We'll keep a close eye on this, but for now, Warner Bros. Discovery is joining a growing trend, including a bunch of local TV stations, saying they're going to try to jack up the price they charge for their channels in order to offset the people canceling. It seems silly to me because when you charge more, of course, more people are going to cancel. We'll keep a close eye on this, but leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this. Are you already close to a breaking point, or would you pay more to keep Warner Brothers Discovery channels? We'll keep a close eye on this, but it's a tough thing. All sides are put in the middle. Ultimately, whatever happens will impact your bottom line. All right, next up, earlier this year, we learned that Fox was going to have a new streaming service. This will be a live TV service that will give access to, from the sounds of it, Fox Locals, Fox Sports, and Fox News, along with Fox Business probably, channels. Now, with this, though, we now have a new CEO being named to lead this effort, Pete Distad. I apologize if I butchered that as my dyslexic self. My apologies. But he joins and he's going to be leading this new direct-to-stream effort. Now, they hope to get this off the ground and launched by the end of the year. If they're just now getting a leader, a CEO to lead this, that raises a lot of questions to me about their ability to do that. We'll keep a close eye on this. But for now, Fox is dedicated to launching a subscription streaming service, not its free Tubi service, but a subscription service that'll give you access to their Fox channels, Fox Sports, for example. Fox News is another good one. This joins a growing trend. All certain companies doing this. ESPN is doing the same thing. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out for Fox with it. But they still seem quite far away from making this reality. They're just now getting a CEO to lead the effort. But they still hope by the end of this year. A lot of time in the year still left to go. Paramount also announced recently its earnings and reported a $286 million loss in revenue from its streaming services. Now, that is an improvement, okay? They had lost over $1 billion for a full year in 2023. They cut that down by $1.2 billion, landing at $497 million loss in 2024. Increasingly, we're seeing Paramount join a growing number of streaming services that are struggling to become profitable. Max is profitable, Disney is profitable, and Netflix is profitable. And those are one of the few profitable streaming services at this time. Paramount, Peacock, and others are not. The Max one's a little foggy because they bundle in HBO revenues into Max, kind of distorting that a little bit, but they seem pretty confident they're going to be profitable. Now, in total, they did hit 77.5 million subscribers on its different streaming services, far outpacing some of their competitors. A very good early number here. Be interesting to see how Paramount does. They're hoping to still close the Skydance merger this year. A lot of talk about it being in the first half of 2025. And that will bring in a new leadership group. The Skydance leadership group will take over at Paramount. We'll see how it all plays out. But Paramount losing still hundreds of millions of dollars on its streaming efforts. Disney Plus, if you're a sports fan, is adding some live sports programming with ESPN. Don't need the ESPN Plus subscription for this. No, this is just a Disney Plus. We'll give you a new Sports Center show called SC Plus. Now, we've already talked about this. It's basically Sports Center like you see on ESPN, but custom made for Disney Plus. And now we got a launch date and some additional details. Starting Monday, March 3rd, this SC Plus will start airing daily at 9 a.m. Eastern and be available on demand later. We'll give Disney Plus subscribers access to Sports Center content. Actually, I think this is a really cool idea by Disney because a lot of sports fans, if you're just a football fan, you may only subscribe during football season and cancel on the rest. Not everybody is a Major League Baseball fan. They may not be subscribing to a live TV service all summer. But now, though, they have Disney Plus, they can still keep up to date with Sports Center, watching some content, and then with the hope that, hey, once college football, NFL, whatever it may be, comes back in the fall, they can resubscribe and get one there. Now, you'll see a lot of the classic content on it, including SC's top 10, interviews, highlights, and more, now included with your Disney Plus subscription. No ESPN Plus needed. It's just for this one show on that, though. All right, next up, today in TV history, 39 years ago today, United States Senate allowed C-SPAN to air live debates for the first time. Now, the House of Representatives had done it earlier in the late 70s, but in 1986, as a trial, the Senate agreed to allow them to air debates on the Senate floor so everybody could not just hear it, but could also watch it. You didn't just have to read about it, you could actually watch it. Very interesting. It kind of surprised me. I had assumed the Senate was broadcasting a lot longer than that because I knew CNET launched in the 70s, but apparently only launched with the House. The Senate was a little bit less interested in this newfangled TV thing back in the 80s. But little TV history there. 39 years ago, Americans got a deeper look into how the government worked and what was happening within the United States Senate. Hey, if you've been thinking about Verizon's new 5G home internet service, they now have a new bundle deal that will give you a discount and perks if you subscribe to its mobile phone service and its home internet service. This will allow you to save money, and for example, mobile customers who add a home internet plan, 5G, whatever, will get a $10 a month credit towards entertainment services like Netflix or Max. You can apply that to buy down the cost of Netflix and Max and other services with a $10 credit, which is a pretty cool deal for streamers. I know a lot of people have been switching to 5G home internet as they try to grow and expand their options out there into new markets. 5G home internet for many people is great. I understand it's not for everybody, but with significant lower costs, with internet prices starting at just $35 if you have a Verizon home internet or a wireless phone, their home internet plans at $35, you can see why a lot of people are switching over. It's a great option. I've tested it, been very pleased with it. Would say it should be something that you should check out. And lastly today, Dish, this parent company, EchoStar now, has reported its fourth quarter 2024 earnings, and in that we got a full year look at Sling TV and Dish, where they lost over 1 million subscribers in 2024. This is an interesting change here as they struggle to try to find ways to become profitable. Dish is heavily leaning into its Boost mobile business, but its TV business is still there. It tried to sell it to DirecTV. That sale failed because its creditors refused to agree to the debt swap deal with it. But overall, Dish customers fell down 1,075,000 subscribers fewer at the end of 2024 than at the beginning of 2024. With that, that's down from their peak of over 14 million. Now, the very interesting thing about this, the 14 million peak was back before Sling TV launched. It was in like 2010. Satellite TV customers are now down to like 5 million and change for everything, 5,690,000 and change. That means Dish has lost over 50% of its TV customers for its satellite TV service since that service peaked in 2010. Very interesting to see how that happens. Overall, we are seeing improvements. The loss slowed down a little bit compared to the year before, but that's still not good numbers for Dish. Still not sure what to make of Dish? Well, they've secured some short-term funding. By the end of this year, they need to find some way to go forward in order to avoid a bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is still very much on the table for Dish. Keep a close eye on that. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll be back again real soon with another video. Until then, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again tomorrow.